Apparently it takes about 25 seconds for the GoPro to stop wobbling. This is why I don't put you on video. Okay folks, we're in the shop and we're gonna start working on the 650 XMR, Scott's Minion, aptly named Minion quad. It's a love-hate thing for the nickname, but he's warming up to it. So we're gonna put my old Yoshi on it. I barely put any mileage on it at all. We're also going to measure the decibel rating of the stock versus the Yoshi, just to see how they compare volume-wise. And we have a bunch of little goodies that we like to have on our bikes. The Warren Epic winch hook that comes with a bottle opener, which is sweet. And the KFI bump stop for the winch. His mud strap, which is ideal on these heavy XMRs. And of course, a bull ring for the receiver so that he can properly get towed out backwards when he gets stuck trying to follow me. So
which will happen.
Let's get to that. Lots to do. And let's make some loud noises.
Loud noises!
All right, upgrade time. This is our version of spring. The weather's warm enough. What day is it today, Scott? March 21st. We still have about just shy of 2 feet of snow out there. Well, maybe less than that, 1.5 feet. But it's starting to melt. First time I saw my driveway in forever. I think the end of October is the first snowfall we had. But the doors are open. We've got some fresh air in here. Hello, wife and wife friend neighbor. Hello, neighbor. So we're gonna get rid of this big black ugly thing here and replace that with the Yoshi. Make some loud noises because that's what it's all about. There's a bit of performance there, obviously, but I don't believe the numbers so much. One thing I do recommend if you're getting into what we're getting into is you need a tuner, a fuel tuner. I don't care which one you buy. Just buy one because these bikes run lean, even without putting an aftermarket exhaust, which actually makes it worse. Luckily, the Yoshi is relatively designed for the vehicle and we don't have to worry about that right away, but he will be getting a fuel tuner too because these bikes do run lean. And as far as the rest of the upgrades, those are just quality of life things, really cheap, easy things that you can do for the bike. I like the bull ring in the back. It gives you a proper way to get towed out backwards instead of grabbing onto this bar, which says don't tow from and all that stuff. You don't want to use these side hooks. You can pull them out. You don't want that. So the bull ring is a nice addition. It's available all over the place. There's many different manufacturers. So that's going in for sure. The reason why I suggest the Warren Epic hook is just because these cheap ones that come from like Super Winch and Warren, I bust these religiously and these little hooks start to fail and stuff like that. I don't like them. I'm not saying you have to buy the Epic Warren hitch. There's a lot of different versions out there. Actually, Trevor from Dirty Life gave us cheaper alternatives. Just really proper load-bearing hooks and stuff like that, I strongly suggest. So look it up, do some research. There's a lot of ways to do it, but for today, we're gonna use the Warren hook. The bump stop is just another quality of life thing that you can properly store this hook so it's not dangling and bouncing off stuff or, you know, ruining your fresh brand new paint or whatever. So it's just sort of something we do here. We have it on Cass's bike and my bike. So that's gonna go on. The mud strap is an easy one because these bikes are heavy, notably heavy. And the only way you can really push them around, obviously you can swing your ladle a little bit, but the strap will actually give you a little bit of leverage to try and wiggle this thing around in a mud hole and try and hit the ruts that you're riding or if you're on the skids or something like that. So these are all just nice little things we're going to start off with. We have more plans for this bike as the day goes on, but for now and for today, that's what we're going to do. So Scott's really excited to get going. He's a man of few words, but yeah, we'll get him geared out so that we can properly, you know, enjoy our trail ride and know that he's got the basics covered. And it'll be really interesting to know what the volume comes out as. I measured it with a cell phone app, which I have a hard time believing is accurate. This here is rated accurately within 1 decibel. So if you know how decibels work, 1 decibel could be a lot or not enough, but for how scientific we are here in Mainville UTV and outdoors, I think this will be more than enough to cover the bases to give you a little bit of knowledge. So we're going to move on to getting some footage of the stock exhaust and how boring that is, and then get to slinging this guy on first. The rest of this stuff will be really easy. But I love myself a Yoshi just as much as I love my RJWC. I love stainless. I love quality work. I think both companies are very reputable. There's a lot of companies out there using good stainless, and that's what it really comes down to, is just build quality. Find yourself a good quality built exhaust, because these things get abused. They get caked in mud, so stainless really helps with that stuff. This was caked in mud, but I removed it super easy, so the stainless is holding up really well. I didn't get to use this for very long because I found the RGWCs and I fell in love with their exhaust too, but I do like these, so we're going to put that on. So here's the stock exhaust on a 650 XMR, the 2019. And we'll try to do this in the same spot. So yeah, this should work out right here. Start her up, Scott. Give it a bit of a rev. Yeah, right on. That'll do it. So we had roughly an 80 decibel idle there. So it doesn't pack a whole lot of punch at idle, but it did go up to 90 on what, a half rev?
Yeah, it was much.
Maybe, not even a third. So we'll basically do the same thing. Now this is really easy to take off. I've done it before. So this machine is brandy new, never even ridden yet because of our snow issue. Some of our trails are a bit of a shit show. So there's only the one nut there, and the slip-on portion comes off here. And then there's a bolt here on the top and a bolt on the bottom. So we'll pull off the heat shield and everything. That's all this is right here. Your actual muffler's there. We'll get that off. We'll sing on the new one. If you actually want to see the step-by-step, I will include a video that I did on my bike. So save you some time. If you are actually interested in seeing how it's done, there's a video for that. This one here, we're just going to sling it on. So there's the Yoshi. Let's go actually see what... So it's idling about 7 decimals higher at idle. Scott, go rev it up, bud. So last time we idled somewhere around 80. We're idling at 87-ish now. Give it a quick and let go. Yeah, that sounds good. So we went from 80 at idle to 87 at idle roughly, and then now we're doing 92 roughly at the same 1/3 throttle. So it's got a nice punch to it. It doesn't have as much as my 1000 did with it, but it sounds really good on the 650. Nice, crisp, good sound. Way less boring than it was before. I like that. It was really quiet before. Much better. It's loving it too. So really happy with that.
So really happy with
Really
that.
happy with that. Much better, way less boring. We can't have you boring on the trail, not if you're going to be riding.
Hi,
with
Diesel.
us.
No. You
So?
still want to hear me over your guys' bikes, but
Oh my God, that was Johnstown the first time.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by aftermarket exhausts, and I turned on my bike. You didn't even hear it turn on. I was like, "Yep, babe, I
curious
need an
how our- I'm
exhaust."
kind of curious how ours will measure up in comparison.
Actually, with my mono piston.
Well, yours is loud as shit. It's got a weak battery. Hopefully it's not dead
Again.
again. this one's idling at 90-ish, 91. Go ahead and give it a 1/3. God, that's loud. All right. So yeah, that one is definitely louder at idle, but that's the single mono piston clap. And mine's got a huge timing advance in the flash, so let's see if it'll start up in the cold.
Do you want me to give it some?
No, don't.
No.
So I have 33 degrees of timing advance in mine, but we'll let that warm up for a minute, and then we'll measure mine too. Yeah. So I'm idling at 91. Go ahead, Cass. Okay, give it a quick one. Yeah. So there you have it. So I was doing about, I think it was 91 at idle, similar to yours, but I quickly went to 101 on that one.
And what's the law?
Don't worry about it. Okay, next. What do we got?
Next.
Little stuff. We got the winch hook, we got the bump stop, we got the bull ring, and the mud strap, so we'll do that next. So there's that. We'll tidy that up in a moment, but since your quad is actually yellow, might as well keep the yellow super winch one. And since I lost mine, I'll put that on my bike.
How convenient.
Is we'll put this bump stop on. It'll be too easy. I don't think I'm going to bore you guys. It's just a couple little bolts there. Put that on there. Get that done. So there it is. It's just the little things we like. It's all done up. Simple. Obviously, I don't know if I need to actually show you how this is done. You guys can figure that out. But mud straps on, KFI, and the hook. And obviously the easiest mod in the world, but very useful so that you can properly be hooked onto in the rear. Don't do any funny business with this stuff. This thing here is cheap and will save you a lot of issues, so that's good. And the pipe. So that's all done. We do have a couple other little things lined up, but that'll be a different video. So thanks for watching, and do the thing in the question place where you can do the commenting and all the funny business, and we'll do all that. I'm a pro YouTuber.
Yeah. He broke a stud, and he said he couldn't find one. You can use this.